Hello, we are live. Welcome. Welcome to the Live Reality Game Shows podcast. I'm your host, Lee. Way too used to say my username. And with me, as usual, is Syracuse All Star Madison. And today we are going to be recapping the 10th episode, I think it's the 10th episode of Survivor Syracuse Heroes versus Villains. Madison, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing very good. We just had
Awesome.
St. Patrick's Day, the Irish national
Yes,
holiday.
yes, I celebrated too. Oh, I should have had my little ears, but I went hardcore. Let me tell you.
Yes, I spent Paddy's Day in a flat watching films.
That's the best way to celebrate it.
Yeah, you go out the night before, that way you avoid all the crowds.
Absolutely. There's a strategy to it.
Yes, speaking of strategy, we get to discuss the moves, mistakes, and choices made in
Mhm,
this episode of Syracuse.
mhm.
Do you want to? We actually watched the episode together, so I got to watch Madison's hilarious reactions to certain individuals whenever they popped up.
Yes, yes.
Choices were made, definitely. So we begin the episode. Pretty much everyone is, well, people are grieving over Derek. Boohoo, we lost him last episode.
Mhm. Yes,
Uh,
R.I.P. Derek.
yes. First member of the jury, congratulations. You have
Yeah,
a say in
shout out
who
to him showing
wins.
up to watch Tribal Council. I thought that was
Yes,
good.
because we know not all jurors can make it because it's what? Optional.
Yes. Mhm.
We get to hear more of Jake's reasoning on why he decided to use his reveal of vote advantage. It turns out he just wanted to see if any of the heroes would flip on each other, which they didn't.
Yeah.
Kind of, kind of a waste.
A little bit of a waste, but I do understand why he did it. Um, like I he just wanted to know. He used it, nothing wrong with that. But could he probably have found a better way? Probably, but it's all good.
Probably.
Didn't hurt him.
Usually the first merge vote is usually not that crazy.
Yeah.
It's always just like alliance lines, and everyone just wants to get their foot in.
Absolutely.
Uh, you want to see waste it, make moves, don't. Ah, yeah. The conversation of people, it's getting down to single digit numbers. People want to make moves but don't know when. At this point, what is a move? Like in this game.
That is a good way to phrase it. If you're playing Survivor and you're playing the game, you're making moves. There's no other way to put it. Even under the radar games, they're still making moves. But um, I think what people want to see is they want to see um, something go crazy where it's not the original tribes, heroes or villains voting for the other. They want to see some people work together, see something happen. But I guess that is what is considered a move. But I think there are plenty of other things that are moves as well.
Yeah, a move to me is like something unexpected. Like
Mhm.
if it was a vote that I didn't, where I was like, oh my God, I did not expect this person to be leaving. I thought they were in such a great spot. Then to me, that's a move.
Mhm.
But if it's somebody like, oh, you mean you voted off the person that constantly people have been saying, yeah, we'll get out this person eventually. Wow, congratulations.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah. Speaking of the whole tribe divides, it seemed like villains are going to say villain strong,
Yeah.
allegedly, but we have like Hannah. People are obviously worried about Hannah because it's Hannah at this point. People don't even need like valid reasons. They always say it's Hannah Dolan. And
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know,
oh yeah,
and
of
I think
course.
people need some more valid reasons, but, people aren't intimidated by her game, even some fellow villains, but I do think the villains are gonna stay strong for at least a little bit longer.
Yeah, we want the game to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of interesting, we do not get that with the immunity. It
Mhm.
was a good immunity. It was just
Mhm.
it's a puzzle gauntlet.
Yes.
So 4 rounds of different puzzles. Last one to survive wins. We were both discussing how we would probably not be good at this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be good at the slide or the word puzzles, but I would be super speedy with the jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah. Slide puzzles are not my thing. whatever that second puzzle was, definitely would not have done
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I've never done one of those.
Yeah, jigsaws are fun, but I tend to take my time with them.
Fair enough. You do
And
it for
then,
leisure.
yeah, they're more for fun for me. Whenever I do it pressurely, I just look at the same piece and it's like, why will this not fit?
Fair enough.
And then word puzzles, I can't spell.
Yeah. Yeah, just earlier today, I, felt so stupid. I confused, what did I confuse? I confused 2 words, inpatient and impatient. I confused those 2, and I felt so stupid. I was like, I'm impatient," but it didn't work out. I felt so stupid, but it's okay, I'm not stupid. Everything's fine.
Yeah, none of us are. Earlier today, my parents were on about this lad that they work with and saying how he's a oh, what's the word? It's not fascinator. It's somebody who's like good at lying and like good at making up
Mm,
stories. Facilitator, something in with F.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't remember it now.
Yeah, it's quite alright.
Yeah, so we get to the challenge. The final two are Jake and Mitch.
Mhm,
Jake has word puzzle PTSD from the very first Syracuse challenge,
mhm.
which he lost, and the trend continues because he lost again.
Yeah.
Mitch got his immunity, so well done to Mitch.
Yes, I was very happy. Lee saw my
Yeah,
live reaction, but I was like, "Go Mitch, awesome,
yeah.
returnee."
Team Team
Mhm,
Mitch,
mhm.
hashtag Team Returnee going
Yes,
for the
absolutely.
gold.
Absolutely.
Gives the idol clue to Cam,
Mhm,
obviously,
mhm.
because they're besties.
Yeah.
I think we figured out that this is a new idol and not the idol that Jake found,
Yeah.
because we had people who were searching for hours on hours with no results.
Oh, I felt bad.
Yeah, we'll get to that story. Quick mention of people self-targeting each other, mostly villains.
Okay.
Do you think that's, like, a problem people don't realize? Like, they think they accidentally put a target on themselves?
Um, well, this is the first that I've heard this, term. I think it's a real thing. I think, especially in the beginning, I've been in games where I felt like, "Oh, did I just put a target on my back accidentally?" I don't think we necessarily saw that this episode, though. I don't think anyone really put a self-target on their back.
Yeah. New Survivor term, self-target, coined it,
Self-target.
trap.
I'm still trying to figure out how to use it properly.
Yeah, I think it's just one I randomly made up. I think it's just, like, you putting a target on yourself when there
Mhm.
wasn't one there to begin with,
Yeah,
something like that.
fair enough.
Uh, Speaking of putting targets on yourself, we get a good old-fashioned Jack versus Hannah. I was almost about to say Jake versus Hannah. So Hannah hears that Kat threw out her name from Owen, but Jack threw out Hannah's name to Kat, who threw it out to Owen, who then told Hannah. So Hannah's pissed, but then Jack told Hannah, "I've heard you even say my name," which Hannah denies, which I believe Hannah didn't. Hannah's very
Yeah.
pro villain.
Just a couple weeks ago, Hannah had said Jack was her number 1, so I don't know if she would
Yeah,
have thrown out his name.
yeah, and I still believe she's probably his number one despite all this because
Oh,
Hannah
excuse me, I
just
meant, Jack as Hannah's number 1. I don't know who is Jack's number 1 in the game right now,
um
because
probably
I'm not there. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, it's like, if Madison's not there, who's Jack's number 1? I would say idols, but he keeps giving those away
Ugh, well, it's okay.
to
We
the
don't
wrong
we don't bring
people.
that up anymore.
No, it was not there. So, Hannah's pissed off at Kat, wanting to get rid of her.
Mhm,
Jack's pissed off at Hannah. Everyone is pissed off with Hannah for reasons, for
mhm,
existing at this point.
mhm.
Hannah,
Yes.
like, takes a breath, and people are just like, "Oh, look at her. She's just, like, such a demon. Why is she still in this game?"
It's sad, but that's accurate.
Nature is healing. I wrote that down for a reason. Why did I? Nature is healing. Note to self, write things more detailed. So Jack can find an idol. He spends 7 hours hunting for an idol for nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been there.
well, you found
That's true,
idols.
okay, but it took a while, it took a while for the first
You
one.
found two.
That's true. Stop it, Lee.
2 idols, oh my god.
But I
In the
wanted Jack
one
to find this. I
season.
remember, back when it was happening, I knew he had just messaged, like, "Going on to idol search again," and I was just like, "You go, you got this," and, I felt so bad.
Yeah, it must be difficult, like, if I don't know if you guys get the clues, but it's like, "Oh, no, I know where it is, but I can't tell them because I'm out."
Yeah, I don't know what the clue was, but it was probably tough. Well, it definitely
Yeah.
was tough, but he would have found it if it wasn't, but
Yeah, he has a history of finding idols, he
Mhm.
just doesn't have a history of keeping them.
No. Yes, I guess so.
And we pretty oh, yeah, oh, yeah, owns a Katy Perry stan, so he has good taste, at least in pop idols.
Absolutely.
And we get more Jack versus Hannah intensifying.
Mhm.
Now, season 2 was being released during this season, right? While that was being filmed? So everyone was
Yes. It
somewhat
was done being released, I wanna say.
also was done, so
Yeah,
people most likely saw, like, the history of their feud.
yeah.
So, do you understand, like, the feud they kinda have and why sometimes Jack is like, "I don't want to redo what I did to Hannah again?"
Well, I just think, Hannah in season 2 really trusted Jack, and in the end, Jack was one of the
Oh.
reasons that, um, Hannah went home. So, he just didn't wanna do that to her again.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It happens all the time.
So, yeah, everyone's pretty much just hating Hannah at this point. It kind of feels like she's
Hate
being
is
a
a
bit
strong
gassed.
word. Hate is a
Yeah.
strong word. You don't use
Everyone is, wanting to get Hannah out.
Yes.
It kinda seems like some people are gaslighting her,
Well, that's
just a little.
just a little, yeah.
Yeah. And we get to hear from Cam, love Cam,
Mhm.
did very well in the challenge, and she's kinda
Yes, she
sick
did.
of everyone constantly saying, "Oh, I need approval from Jack to make this move."
Yeah, which is valid, Cam. I thought that was an excellent note, for her to say. I think she knows what's going on. She doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, Cam's, like, really giving, like, the real moments, like how she mentioned everyone doesn't want to be heroes versus villains, but they're not doing anything about it, and then
Exactly.
she's, like, going off how, like, "Oh, everyone just need Jack's approval to make moves."
Mhm.
Did you ever go through that either on 3 or 4 where it's like, why do you constantly need to go to this person and to make your decisions?
Um, I didn't, but I know some people felt that way about Lydia in season 3 at times. Um, yeah. So it's a thing that happens, but I feel like the under the radar people are the ones that see that it's happening and they're just like, "Nah."
Nah. Jack torn about Jack's torn about voting Hannah because he doesn't want a repeat of what happened last season because we all saw what that happened.
Yes.
Then we probably get the funniest moments of the episode. We get like Jack being emotional about this game, like just so difficult finding idols. He feel like he's doing work for nothing. And then it cuts to Hannah like going crazy. She finds
Over
a dinosaur.
over a
She
dinosaur.
yeah, she has this conspiracy about all the rainbow
The
buffs.
rainbow buffs.
It's like, oh my god, maybe there's this rainbow idol that if I tie all the buffs together, I will be safe till final 3 and I can automatically win the season.
Maybe.
I mean, there was an idol in the logo. Literally anything could be possible at this point.
Absolutely.
And we get to hear from your best friend, Gabby,
Yeah.
a lot this episode, despite her rarely being involved. Now, I don't know if this is just because I'm paying too much attention to people who do edits, but this seems like, I don't want to say this, but kind of a winner edit. A little?
Maybe. Maybe.
I, potentially. This could
Potentially.
just be, yeah, maybe I'm looking at edits too much.
Maybe. I haven't seen
Yeah.
those edits. You should send those to me.
Oh,
But
it's just a bunch of random ones in the Discord. It's not for this season, it's just for literally any season.
okay. But you just notice a pattern with the winners edit?
Yeah, it's like, I
Oh,
think the one edit I'm thinking of is Michelle's from, go wrong.
Okay.
How I think it was in a Palladium video where he mentioned like we would hear Michelle's opinion on things that weren't really related to her, and I'm kind of noticing that with Gabby now. So I'm like, wait, could Gabby actually win the season?
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
can't be
Okay.
possible.
So, yeah, well, only time will tell, but I do think Gabby is very good at confessionals, very good at vlogs, so she brings entertainment. So, if well, only time will tell, but I do think she provides the sparkle to the edit.
Yeah, you're really trying to think of nice things to say.
Stop it! Oh my gosh. Stop that,
Oh,
lady. No.
okay, they're best. They're good.
Yeah.
And we pretty much right before Tribal, we get to hear from Austin, who, by the way, is the target.
Mhm.
I didn't know if it was obvious. And he tries to think of a last minute strategy. Does anyone remember that advantage on the very first episode? So he thinks he can play he thinks he can play that off as a legacy advantage. It's like, oh, nobody knows what that is. Turns out pretty much all the villains know, like, oh, that's just Madison's advantage.
True. That's facts. So,
Yeah.
that
And
was cool to watch.
yeah, plus you had Mitch there who was involved in it, one of the three people, because he's the only one left.
Yeah.
So it's like I think pretty much everyone, bar like maybe Cam and Kat, knew it's like we know this advantage is fake,
Mhm. Yeah. But
and
it
it's
was a good attempt. You gotta do what you gotta do. It was a good attempt, but I thought it was kind of obvious that it was not real.
yeah. I mean, obviously, because you got it.
Yeah, that's true, but to assume that no one knows about an advantage that you didn't know about is bold.
Yes, I feel like he should have just played off the fact he had an idol, since pretty much the entire cast believed he had one, rather
I
than this
agree.
legacy advantage thing.
Absolutely. I do think that would probably been a better bet, but he doesn't get to watch the season while he's playing, so he probably didn't know.
Wait, what? You guys don't watch the season while you're playing? Oh,
Crazy, I know. Yeah.
I thought this all happened live. Like he was just voted out.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think if you wanted to flip people, maybe targeting Hannah wasn't the better option, because if you wanted to put more fear into people of risking their game and his safety, he should have been like, we're all voting Jake or Jack.
That's
And
true.
like and could have been like people probably would have thrown votes on Hannah then.
Mhm.
But no, Austin goes home 7-3, so Mitch did vote off a hero.
Mhm.
Could this just be because it was Hannah, or the fact that maybe heroes and villains are going? It does seem like that throughout
Maybe.
the episode. We were getting hints of that.
Yeah, little sprinklings of something happening.
Yeah, we might get this whole Jake versus not Jake. God, can one of
Jack.
those two please be voted off so I stop getting them mixed up?
Mhm.
Jack versus Hannah. That's what I was trying to say.
Mhm.
And one last thing, if you didn't know Austin was the winner of probably the most toxic college Survivor season, watch his end credits and the last thing he says. I can't wait to not vote for some of these people.
Yeah, he was bringing that back a little bit.
Yeah, so somebody was salty.
A little bit salty, but it does
Yes.
happen in games. That's just inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, who's happy that they got voted off?
Yeah.
Besides people who asked for it.
True.
So that's the episode. A pretty quick one.
Mhm.
Uh,
Awesome.
we're at the we're at the final 9, single digits, over
Mhm.
halfway. Um, I was going to ask, who do you think is going to win until I remembered. Wait, you probably know who's the winner.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
But
So I might as well go off. Like I said, I think I'm just watching too many edits to be like, oh my god, maybe Gabby's the winner, or maybe it's just wishful thinking.
mhm.
Because imagine somebody like Gabby winning this season.
Yeah.
I feel like the obvious answers to win are like Jake and Jack. I feel like they're very obvious. I think it'd be a miracle if Hannah could win.
Mhm.
Um, I don't see Mitch winning. I mean, he doesn't see himself
He has a
winning.
tough road ahead of him, for sure.
Yes, I think if he does get to the end, and hold on, I'm assuming it's a final 3. Let's say all the heroes get voted off. That'd be Derek, Austin, Cam. No, it wouldn't be enough unless Hannah's on the jury. Hmm. Who knows who wins? I guess we'll just have to continue watching the
Watch
rest
and
of the
find out.
season.
Exactly.
So thanks everyone for joining. Quick episode we had here. Thank you again, Madison, for joining me.
Of course.
If you want to check out anything Survivor Syracuse related, follow the YouTube channel, follow the socials, join the Survivor Reddit Discord. There's a Syracuse chat. I'm in it. Madison's in it. A couple of other people's in it. I recently made a video ranking all the College Survivor winners, so figure out where I put all the Syracuse people, along with a couple of others.
Yay.
Some are hot, some are high, some are low.
Yep. Yep.
And if you want more live reality game stuff, follow the YouTube channel, join the Facebook group, follow the socials, you know the deal. And we'll see you guys next time for another Syracuse video. Bye.
Bye.